For Dr. Stone Season 4, we're going to talk about all three parts at once, and there will be some spoilers around talking about the ending of the show, so if you haven't watched the final episodes yet, you should do that first. Overall, I think each subsequent part of the final season ramped up the enjoyment at a steady pace. As always, our characters get up to such ludicrous stuff in the name of science. Unsurprisingly, the scale of the things they were crafting in this final season was far greater than what any of us could ever hope to do at home.
Unless you're Senku, who built a rocket at home on a much smaller scale. Although I'm sure procuring parts was a lot easier with the help of the internet.
When they brought Hyoga back, I figured that we'd get into more combat scenarios, but I never expected the military-grade setup that Zeno had. And I did not have aerial dogfighting on my bingo card for this season.
It makes sense, but I was a little surprised that we picked up signals from space before we noticed that there was other people alive in the world.
From the new Science Kingdom cast, I liked Stanley's character the best because even amidst so many confident, skilled people, he still stands out in a league of his own. And I can't deny the bromance between Stanley and Zeno. But it threw me off when Senku and the gang suddenly went on the run from him and split Senku's group in two. They explained the plan better after they had already set off for South America, but I was surprised that they would leave people behind as collateral.
Yeah, I know we had already left some people in Japan, but leaving even more people behind to get work done in America was surprising at first, but it would have been really hard to get everything done if they hadn't.
In hindsight, it makes sense. The tension of being chased built to the final fight and second great petrification, which was still fairly emotionally moving, even though we knew they would come out the other side okay. Not only did this upheaval provide us critical information about the petrification process, but it also allowed the power of science friendship to bring Zeno's group to our side.
This also brought up some ethical questions of the timing of reviving people and the potential for immortality, with the petrification's healing power being even stronger than originally thought.
With everyone in place and multiple bases across the world, it became full steam ahead to build a rocket, and now, after so many years, we are finally in space. They grow up so fast. It turns out it really was alien life forms messing with us for thousands of years, existing as the Medusa in front of our faces the whole time. And of course, we finally speak with them, and they deem humanity too stupid and head out for better opportunities in space.
It was quite the moment after having watched the feats of science that were performed. And how did they really expect a completely petrified being to somehow unpetrify faster when it requires very specific resources as far as we know?
But then bam, cyclical timeline, because Senku doesn't respect the terrors of time travel, and so it turns out the entire show and everything we went through was most likely something he brought upon himself. So as the ending unfolded, it kind of incorporated multiple theories of why the petrification happened into one form, which in its own way was thought-provoking. While it's not a perfect everyone will be okay type of ending because, duh, the ramifications of time travel, I do think it was well done. It may not have answered all of our questions, but it left us with enough peripheral information to theorize our own conclusions.
I am a little curious if Senku ends up building his own Medusa or something, since the time travel device did have quite the familiar shape, but on a very different scale.
And of course, it's so satisfying to see a series fully adapted and to have been on this journey from start to finish. It may not have been the most standout show of any particular season, but it was a delightful experience and maintained a consistent quality across so many seasons. So there is a sadness in a way for the ending of something you could rely on. I'm aware of the epilogue manga chapters, although I don't know their contents, so fingers crossed that we get an OVA out of it because the final season of Dr. Stone was a very good 8 out of 10.